Hello, Andre.
Hello, everybody. This is Hello Andre English, and today we are going to talk about awkward situations. I've had lots of it in my life, and guys, if you have something like that to share, yeah, please write it in the comments below. Yeah, and for those of you who haven't come across this word, please don't look it up in a dictionary. I'm sure that you will guess what the meaning is. Yeah, so let's get the ball rolling.
Hello, Andre.
So the first story is pretty awkward. I remember it was about 4 years ago or something, and it was that typical snowy Russian winter. Yeah, so I had to go somewhere. I have a car, and I'm popping out of the house here, coming up to the car, and I see that it's completely buried in snow. It's literally embedded in snow. So I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to drive out, yeah? And I saw a man, he was standing near my car trying to dig out his own vehicle, yeah? So in Russia, drivers sometimes they use these plastic spades, plastic shovels, yeah, to dig their car out of the snow, yeah. And so I remember that I saw that he has it, yeah. And I'm like, hey mate, could you please give me your shovel because I'm in a bit of a rush, you know? And he's like, okay, no problem, here you go. And the very first movement I make to dig one of my wheels, yeah, and I hear a crack, and the shovel just literally breaks into two equal parts. So I'm holding it. I realize that the man just didn't see it. And that's what that what awkward means. Yeah. So I'm feeling like completely 100% awkward. This awkwardness piercing through my body because I have to, report to him that something went wrong. So I'm coming back to him saying, "Hey mate, I've just broken your shovel. Don't get angry with me. I'm going to go and buy you the new one." And he is like, "Oh, I have another one. No problem. You owe me nothing." It's like, it's still, I have no explanation why the hell the man was keeping two shovels in his car trunk. Yeah, so maybe for such a clumsy person like me. And so, yeah, it was really awkward. I'm like, no way, mate. I'm going to go and buy you the new one. So I went to the shop, bought a really good metal spade, an expensive one, yeah. And I'm like coming back, and guess what? I haven't found that man, so I still use this good metal spade that I bought. So thanks to that man. If this man is watching, I'm still ready to give back the shovel, but I don't remember his appearance, so maybe I won't.
Hello, Andre.
The second story is also connected with cars. I remember I was living with my girlfriend, and maybe she had a bad day or she was knackered and the weather was bad. So I remember she asked me, "Could you just please help me and bring some heavy stuff from my trunk back to my flat?" Yeah, so we arranged that she wouldn't be going out here. She would just pull her hand out of the window, yeah, and press the car alarm button, yeah, and like the car will be open just from the distance, yeah, and I will go down, yeah, and just bring the stuff back home, some heavy things, maybe some food, I don't remember. So I'm coming up to her car. I knew the way it looked like, yeah, and I'm like pulling the handle and it's locked. And there are some guys standing on the balcony. Yeah, the yard is not so big. Yeah, and I'm wearing a hood because the weather is bad. Yeah, and they're on the balcony and they're smoking or something, like just a middle-aged couple. Yeah, and they're like, "Hey mate, well the car is locked," and I'm like, full of confidence. I'm turning back. Yeah, and answer. Yeah, like uh, don't worry, guys, everything okay? It will be unlocked in a minute. And they're like, well, actually, it's our car. that moment, once again, this what awkward means, yeah. So I felt, oh no way, I must have like missed the car, yeah, and I chose the wrong car this time, yeah, and I'm like, no, it's gonna be her. I even looked on the number plate, yeah, and I'm like, oh, sorry, mates, I'm gonna leave it. So, and I'm pretending like I'm calling her, like, where's your car, yeah, and I found the car just standing in a row, like parked in a row of these cars, the same model, the same color, yeah, just almost the same numbers on the number plate. So like it must have been like 561, and the car of these guys was like 541 or something like that.
Hello on train.
And the third story, maybe not so awkward, but still it's funny, yeah. And I remember we had a business with my brother, yeah, it was connected with photo cabins. Do you know these like boxes, huge boxes, like with a camera inside and the printer, so it allows you to get your photo printed in 15 seconds, yeah. And we had something like an event, an open air event, yeah. So the weather was good this time, yeah. And my duty was to deliver it to an event, yeah, and then to build it up, yeah, and like to be helping guests to get their photo in the best way, yeah. So I remember we had an option, an extra option, while the photo is being printed, the people could also type their emails, yeah, to get their photo like in a digital way, yeah. And every time people were typing their email, yeah, their emails, yeah, they just stumbled a little bit trying to find the at symbol, yeah. And every time I was saying like the at is on the right side of the screen, yeah. And the thing is that in Russian it sounds like dog. So we call this symbol in emails, yeah, which you native speakers, if somebody watch, if somebody's watching, yeah, you know it's like at, yeah, and we know it as dog, yeah. So in Russian it just sounds like a dog, yeah. And I remember like once again I'm pronouncing the same phrase. The ad is on the right, but it sounds in Russian like the dog is on the right, yeah. And one man says like he was standing in a line, yeah, waiting for his turn to make some photos, yeah. And he's like, no, you're lying. The dog is on the right, or the dog is on the left, not on the right, yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, look. And as the event was an open air event, there was some stray dog. So it was the real one, not the symbol. So if you guys have, I mean, native speakers, if you have something like a Russian colleague, yeah, just be careful if he's trying to spell you his email, yeah, if he's like Andre 179 dogmail.com. Just know that it's at is what they mean.
Hello on train.
So guys, I hope after this listening practice you will remember the word awkward, yeah, and some other useful expressions. So goodbye guys, and have a nice day.
Hello on train.